Hi, everybody. Good morning. Marcus Conti reporting. How the hell are you, man? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the program. Welcome to the wonderful program that we're going to have today. Talk about a lot of wild subjects. Yesterday, I apologize. It looks like our fine programming got whacked right at the end of it. You saw that? You were watching, and then all of a sudden, we were talking about the Jews. We weren't even talking about it, but we were allowing Dave Chappelle, the brilliant comedian, to discuss the ins and outs of the Jew in Hollywood, his experience with them, and who are they anyway. And the stream got whacked. No slam. It just got they blocked the stream. I've never had that happen before. You blocked the stream worldwide for what? For SNL? For playing some SNL? SNL doesn't do that. Somebody else did it. Who did it? They did it. Who whacked the stream? That's the story. So today, oh, so good. Mint tea. So yesterday on the program, we took on the Jew. Well, we didn't really take him on. We just talked about the idea that when Italians are together, that's the mob. When blacks are together, that's a clan. But when the Jews are together, aka Hollywood and big tech, that, my friend, is a coincidence. And you better shut the fuck up. All right. So that was yesterday, but today, that was then, this is now. Today, we're going to take on Big Pharma. Oh, yeah, we're going to fucking take on Big Pharma. Big Pharma. You know, Big Pharma, the people that sell you your medications. The markets are up, by the way. Markets, good numbers coming in. We'll break to that at 9:30. And but we'll take on Big Pharma today because of the wonderful things they do. Take on Big Pharma today because the common research, the research in most people's, in front of most people, in front of on their screen or whatever, in their minds, the research in the areas of mindfulness, or mindfulness, right? The idea of being mindful, this crazy quantum physics thing that we call mindful. What does it mean? What do you mean mindful? It means you pay attention to your fucking mind? It's like the thugs version of meditation. You motherfucker, pay attention to your mind, man. Put your... what is mindfulness? What does this mean? This idea of placing space between you and thought? That's commonly a common definition. It's kind of what drugs do. The pharmacist and the psychoanalyst and the medical doctor with more degrees than a thermometer seeks to step between you and your thoughts with a medication, like a wedge, like a someone that gets in there and says, like a referee. Right? It's like you're in there wrestling with your thoughts, and we commonly call that thinking. And you're thinking out this shit. You're ruminating about the future and the past and all that. And Big Pharma says, okay, we got it. We got a quickie for you. And they stick that synthetic substance right in between you and your thoughts, between thinking and thoughts. And then what? You stop thinking. And then you hunch over and you start drooling. Does it work? Can medications stop things like anxiety disorder, psychological PSDT, post-traumatic PTSD, however it is. Can medications stop those things? Now, of course, I don't have a medical degree on the wall, therefore, I'm not qualified according to the higher people that have, degrees on the wall. They say you can't say that because you don't have the degree on your wall. Well, there's other people in this life that have way other types of experiences that qualify one to do it. Somebody who sits for hours and hours and has studied with the best of them is qualified to discuss mindfulness and let's let the results speak. So there's a couple of new research. I felt like I got combative there. I didn't mean to do that. I respect what the medical profession does in terms of seeking a way to decrease people's anxiety. Now, I know that there's a huge profit motive for you to do that, to get this little pill. And people like that. I know. Your medical profession caters to the people's desire for a magic trick. Swallow this pill and your anxiety will go away. I promise you. Isn't that the promise? Take this pill and your depression will go away or get manageable. That is the promise of the pill. The pill promises, swallow me and I will go into your body and stand between you and what's bothering you. Okay, so that's what Big Pharma is selling. Have they ever been able to do it? Momentarily, right? Look, if you douse the body with any kind of mood or mind-altering substance, whatever it is, it's going to cause a psychological reboot for a moment. A pause occurs. That is inescapable, but it's not. You're not able to maintain it for any long period of time. Once you stop the medication, the body not only goes back to where it was, but it gets worse because. But one can also say that about meditation, that you can develop a meditation practice and understand it fully, and then, for whatever reason, stop doing it. Right? And what happens? The same, suffering returns, the same anxiety, the same shit that you were dealing with before you started it, right? Remember, when you're alone, so I just read this and it made a lot of sense. Someone said it before I did, but I'll say it again as if I said it first. When you're alone, you're confronted with the things in life that you failed to confront or are afraid of. That's what happens when you're alone. You hear people say it all the time. I don't want to be alone. I need a support group. I need to go out there and chit-chat with people and be around others and talking and chit-chatting so that I can get out of my own mind. I can't. It's my thoughts. My thoughts want to kill me. I got a disease. It's going to kill me. I can't be alone. I need to call somebody. I need to talk to somebody. I need a pill. That's a lot of people think that when they sit. And in meditation circles, that's called freaking out. and we have a solution for that too. Just don't freak out. You can stop what you're doing, right? And breathe. Be aware that you're freaking out, and that is meditation. I'm aware. I'm freaking out. Good. You're freaking out. This too shall pass, and therefore, you are mindful. You are mindful in what you're saying. So, Truth Lady says psychiatry is a dark profession. Well, I don't know. I think it is. I think it's just lost right now. I think if they go in the direction of psychoactive medications like marijuana, mushroom, things that make people And stop this that it's medical. Make it fun. God damn it. It's fun. Mushrooms are fun. You stop thinking for a while, man. You put your attention on something else, right? They're more about why. How do you stop anxiety without stopping? Without invoking happiness or fun. Right? Meditation does that. Meditation is uplifting and powerful in ways that the medical profession is slow to acknowledge. And as I said, there's more money and more interest, not just more money, there's more interest by regular human beings to swallow a pill. When you tell them, I got to sit for 20 minutes in the morning and then 20 minutes at night and then show up twice a week and sit for 2.5 hours with strangers, sitting by myself alone, what the hell are you talking about? I don't have time for that shit. Right? But when you think about it, you do have time for that shit. You have plenty of time because how many people don't? I mean, I don't really do this, but how many people don't watch one movie a week? A lot of people. There's people that now with big screens. You see. It's funny in the suburbs. You walk by on the street, right, and you'll see these. You look in people's windows. I do that. I'm not looking in their window. I'm looking more at their grass, their trees, their beautiful house. I'm just interested in that because I moved from a city not long ago, and you don't. It's a different kind of walk when you walk in a city, as opposed to the suburbs. But what you notice, almost a lot, is people have these giant screens now, like I don't know, like 100-inch or 7. I don't know how big they are, but they're big. It's like the whole wall. And then sometimes you see the big box of the TV box outside. They just got a new one, right? And you want to tell me people don't sit in front of that thing for 2 and 3 and 5 hours? Why'd you buy a wall-sized screen if you're not going to watch it? And then you walk by, as I said, you walk by in front of their house, and this, even if the curtain is drawn, you see the big screen with the big image. I don't know what the hell they're watching. I don't want to stand in front of someone's house, and watch the TV with them. Well, you go to, the local eatery or the bar, and there's 25 screens. You're going to tell me you can't sit by yourself for 20 minutes? Well, you could sit in a bar and drink beer and watch 25 screens and chat with some stranger next to you about nothing, right? For hours. You follow what I'm saying? There is time for it. That's just the idea is that this is hard, man. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be alone with myself, right? Give me a pill, man. Give me a beer. Give me something, man. So that's my opening monologue today. So thank you all for joining me. If that makes sense, we're also going to look at Artemis. Artemis, we're going back to the moon. We are going back to the moon, all the way to the moon, but no people. So Artemis is on the launch pad, and at 1:06 a.m. in the morning, that's tomorrow morning, in the middle of the night when it's dark in Florida, Artemis will have a 2-hour window to blast off. And at this time, it looks like it's all systems go for a moon rocket launch. Pow, zoom, right to the moon. And around the moon, right through the Van Halen belt, the radiation belt, around the moon, and back again. Right? So we're going to get some images of the moon launch. We're going to get some new research about what's going on in the cockpit of the craft and learn, can humans survive that? I know they can survive it, but can they enjoy it, right, and stay there, right? This is a 45-day trip. Can someone sit in a capsule in a chair for 45 days? I don't think so, man. It's designed to get them to the moon and get the hell out of there for a while, walk around, do other stuff. Me So Hungry says another fake space thing. It's fake. It's all fake. I don't believe it. No. 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 It's fake. I'm sorry, man. That's what it sounds like to me when people say that. It's fake. So that's my thumbnail today. So pick one. Pick your poison. Pick your poison, man. Eat your pill, or sit like a faggot, guru. Yoga homo. That's not right. But sit with your legs crossed, man. You're a sissy, right? You know what I mean? So pick your poison. Those are the choices today. Good morning, Weevil Girl. Weevil Girl is our meditation instructor here at marcusconti.com and our other properties. What's up, Weevil Girl? So yeah, we're talking about all this stuff today. Weevil Girl, if you got here late, you do a rerun on the first couple of minutes. I was talking about mindfulness, and it's fairly pretty interesting. I have a website. We talk about a variety of subjects. Yesterday we talked about the Jews. Dave Chappelle, the genius comedian, was talking about the Jews, and someone cut us off and banned the program. Holy smokes. You can still watch it on my website. It's over here on Rumble, and you might have to watch an ad or whatever. But you could skip in 2 minutes. I don't really know if this works. Yeah, it does work. Yeah, so there, you can watch the program if you want, the one that got cut from YouTube. It's still on, man. Everything is always up. Even if we get yanked on YouTube, doesn't matter. We're recording this right now. This is recorded and then placed on other platforms for just that purpose. When YouTube gets sand in their pants and can't sit still, we move around. Right? I got a PayPal link and a Patreon link if you'd like to contribute to this fine channel. Again, we're on Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, Facebook, Twitter, Getter, Truth Social, and wherever else you're consuming your social activity these days. And every morning at 9 a.m., we're live. You can join us like these fine people down here. We got Weevil Girl in the house, Me So Hungry in the house, TJ is here, Truth Lady, Vinny DiMartini on the wrench. We're a real crowd, man. We're real people talking about real subjects on a real to real basis. Right? So here's Artemis. Artemis, let's dive in. It's November 15, 2020, and 2022, excuse me. I chopped off 2 years of our life. And there it is. There's the countdown clock. 11 hours, 42 minutes, 43, 42, 41 seconds away from blast off. Artemis, we're going to the moon. It's a big distraction. Who cares? Why? Where? Huh? Why do you want to go to the moon? Why not feed the hungry on Earth? Why? Because it's fascinating and interesting. And some of us still have an interest in science and exploration and knowing, more about what's out there. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, right? And as they do it more and more, the price of doing it will come down. And it's just fun. What the hell? I mean, what else are we going to do as humans? Sit around and watch fucking fake news on TV all day? All right, might as well watch the blast off. Watch the nobodies going to the moon launch. There's people already sitting there watching. They're waiting. Interestingly, got 839 people staring at a blank screen. They're watching the ripples in the water and a clock tick backwards. I don't know if there's any audio. Is there audio? No, just static. You don't hear anything. So anyway, it is definitely happening, and it is live. And tomorrow, I'm not going to be up at 1 o'clock in the morning watching this shit. I'm going to wake up tomorrow, like everybody else, early and watch the rerun. Now, I hope it doesn't explode. I hope it doesn't smash into the Van Halen, belt and disintegrate. That would suck. Right? I wanted to get there. I want to see the. You gotta believe, right? The cameras that they have inside of this thing are got to be, top notch. I mean, we carry high quality cameras in our pocket. We got this shit is no joke, man. We got real. We as humans, we've created some really good image capturing devices. You got to admit, right? And to think that Artemis isn't loaded, with Apple and Samsung's finest, would be short-sighted. So we're going to get some good imagery back from space, all the way from the moon. We'll probably get the image that we never got, which is we always get the Earth. We have the image of the Earth in front of the moon because that's easy to get. All you got to do is go away from the Earth a couple of 100 miles, and then when the moon is out, you take the shot. But to get it the other way, you got to be on the other side of the moon, right? The dark side. Is it dark? Well, I guess if you're close enough, you'll see something. You'll see the circle, and then the moon. Then the lighted Earth is in the background. Right? You'd have to wait for the sun to be behind. It wouldn't be the dark side. Excuse me. The sun would. That's impossible. The sun would be shining light on the moon's surface and the Earth at the same time. See, that's the images I want to see. I want to see the Earth as a backdrop to the moon. That's fascinating, right? I would like to see that, man. So, there we go. So that's Artemis. This is an interesting article. I don't know if you guys are still into the British Royals. I sure am. After watching them, stick Granny in the ground and drag her around the streets of England for hours with marching military, Queen Elizabeth II. I found the whole thing to be, they were marching in the street. Doom, 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 doom. The royals, I found the whole thing to be fascinating. So this guy right here, this is Prince George, and he's William's son. King Charles is now the king. He's his grandfather. And William is the son, and this is the grandson. And that right now, unless something else changes, is the current lineage, is the current. Now, they could change the rules. Any king can change the rule at any moment. So will King Charles change the rule to make it king, king, queen, or king, king, king? Right? That's the mystery right there. But there's a historian there. Prince of Wales, Prince William, could be the last ruling British monarch, and his son Prince George will never be king. A royal historian has predicted. Well, that's interesting. I don't know if the prediction is that the monarchy will end, or Prince William is the lineage will change, shift. Prince William is the first in line to throne, while Prince George is second after King Charles became the king. Author and historian Hilary Mantel, in an interview last year, had said she believes Prince George, will never take the throne, and that his father, Prince William, will be the last king. But she doesn't say why. I'm not going to buy a book and read it. That's ridiculous. Who buys their books anyway, man? Libraries? I don't know. She told the Times, British Times, after King Charles, Prince William will be crowned monarch, but that line will end there. She says, I think it's a fair prediction. But let's say I wouldn't put money on it. This is bullshit, man. This is fucking bullshit. They probably say this about every king, every queen, every lineage. Trump will never be president again. He'll never be crowned king twice. I don't know, man. Trump is on fire. Trump hits a nerve in America. Trump activates something important in people. When Trump speaks, people pay attention, whether they love him or hate him. That's powerful. You don't think he's going to run? You think Ron DeSantis is going to get in Trump's way? Ron DeSantis will get steamrolled, crushed, humiliated. Not only him, but his wife, his children, his state, and everything that Ron DeSantis believes in, Trump will take away from him to be king again. You got to believe that. Remember what Trump did with, Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz. Trump doesn't play games. This is about our country. This is about winning. I'm not going to let some jerk off politician stand next to me and talk shit. So I do think that if you want a bloody primary, if the Republicans choose to primary Trump against others, it's going to get bloody. It's going to get ugly. There's going to be, it's going to get really nasty. And Trump is going to be the he doesn't care about your fucking intellectual critique of him. He does not care about that. He cares about more than that. That's why he's so popular. He runs through all that like it doesn't matter. Don't you get it? That's his strategy. That's what he does. This person standing next to me is a jackass and a fool and is a pay-for-play politician. And I am here to destroy him. So, having said all that violent stuff, it's 9:30, ding, 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 and then we'll get into mindfulness. Let's be mindful of the stock market and where our money is. All right, so the market is now open. Boom! What happened? What happened? Why is the NASDAQ down 127? Come on, man. Oh, there it is. It ticked up. Whoa, I just got overheated. So there you go. The stocks surge after inflation reading. So some kind of number is in. It looks like inflation is cooling a bit. CPI is cooling off a little bit. And it looks like earnings, Walmart reported, Walmart crushes earnings. Netflix stock rises, 7-month high. There's low-key headwind for mega cap tech. All right, so beautiful green. Look at the green. Everything green. Everything that matters is green right now on Wall Street because of a positive CPI number. And we like that. We want to put some cash back in the kitty, man. Stop suffering already. So the S&P 500 is up 61. The Dow Jones is up 285. Dow Jones Industrial Average creeping back up to 35,000. 33.8 right now on the Dow. Buy. NASDAQ looks like it's going back to 12,000 right now at 11,482, up 286 points this morning, or 2.5%. Those are big gains, boy. Amazon up 5%. And you should have bought it when it was $80. Now it's 103. Google, the magic Google that censors people for talking about the Jew, YouTube, up $3 a share. Go, Google. Shut those motherfuckers up already, right? Shut them people up, and let's make more money. Dirty Democrats are going to steal Congress and the Senate, man. Fuck it. Business as usual, right? Business as usual. What kind of deal did they cut? Microsoft up 4.5. Meta, formerly Facebook, up 2.5. Everything way up. I can't believe it. On the news, Walmart blew out earnings up 6.5% this morning. NVIDIA, big tech company, also up 3.5%. The warmonger stocks. Lockheed Martin up 3.5. Raytheon up 80 cents. Even they're green. The holier than thou stocks that bring you the holy vaccine that kills the COVID so you don't have to. The shot in the arm boosters stocks, the people that sell that kind of thing to people. And that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about them, really. The people that want a quick fix to improve and or get their immune system to work again because the way they're living is killing it. These guys make money on that shit, man, because you want it. It's not because they're evil and money-grabbing fucks. It's because you're stupid and you want what they have and you buy it. You buy into it, you jackass. Stop buying their crap and they'll go away. Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna. That's quite an analysis of big tech and big anything. Stop buying their crap. Right? Stop buying this shit and they'll stop selling it. That's the way it is, man. Ask for something good. Have Pfizer turn into a meditation center. They can't do it because they miss certain elements of spirituality. That's the big reason why, and I'll talk about that in a second. I'm not going to talk about that now. Talking about the stock market, man. Stay on track. So everything green, and that's a good thing. We like that. Thank you very much, Wall Street, for coming to your coming to your senses already. So here we go. Mindfulness works just as well as medication to curb anxiety. A new study finds, right? Well, haven't we had enough studies? Isn't the jury out on this? Well, it is in my circle, in what I look at and what I do and where I come from. There is no discussion about this. Can mindfulness correct depression, anxiety, monkey mind, rambling thoughts, suicidal thoughts, schizophrenia? Yes, 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 and yes, and yes, and yes, and yes. It makes it go away. It really does. And that's for you to figure, that's for you to try it and find out, right? Because we generate these things ourselves. All these diseases that people suffer from, and not to say that trauma isn't real. You go to Iraq because you thought you were serving your country, and two soldiers walking down the lonely road, and you hear a bang, and you turn to your left, and you realize that your buddy that you were walking with has no head. His head just got blown off, and you duck. And you sit there next to your dead friend as as his head is gone and all his blood bleeds out onto the floor. Right? Trauma. Not discounting that trauma. Right? But the reality is that you keep reliving the same event over and over and over again in your mind. Or, some man that you trusted as a child, he wasn't trustworthy, and he was sexually fucking with you, and you remember that every time you see somebody, you're skeptical of them, and these are traumatic events, and they are creating your problematic world. You visit them and go right back to pain. This stuff is 100% curbable using mindfulness. Is it curbable using meditation, medication, pills? I'll let you decide. So, a mindfulness meditation course, aka sitting down meditating. The Tibetans have done it for 2,000 years. Theravadan Buddhists, 2,500 years. This is old stuff. Go to any monastery in Asia and India, and you will see people pain-free, anxiety-free. Right? This is not new. This is not a theory. This is not speculation. This is fact. Fact. Right? They've even gone as far, because then the science will say, well, you can't prove what's going on in their mind is real. Oh, yes, you can. They probe them, putting, electroencephalographs and things that read mind activity and body activity. And they found that these monks have incredible control over their physical apparatus. They can slow thinking and or eliminate it. They can reduce the amount of thought activity. They can reduce their resting pulse below 50. That's where mine is. When I wake up in the morning, it's about 46, 48. And when I do this show, I don't know. I should probably do it while I'm here. It's probably more like 60. But that's from a diet of no caffeine, a lot of things. Constant meditation, always on. I forgot what I was talking about because I started talking about myself. Well, it's my experience, right? That's what I'm supposed to do here. Right? So I'll read the comments in a little bit. Clarity, people are saying, mindfulness leads to perspective, says Chris Milk. Weevil Girl, older than old. Right? It's old. It's old stuff, man. There's nothing new here. But CNN's just finding out for the first time. I guess that's the story, right? The research published on November 9 in the JAMA Psychiatry, a bunch of jackoffs in white suits, involved a group of, now the study is pretty significant, involved a group of 276 adults with untreated anxiety disorder. All right. That's a lot of people. 276 is a significant amount of people to be studying. But what is their definition of untreated anxiety disorder? I would say many of those doctors in the room are suffering from untreated anxiety disorder. If they work 95 hours a week and, forgot what their own kids look like, they are in that untreated anxiety disorder. So many, many, many people. You don't necessarily have to look for people who fit the MO of untreated anxiety disorder. You could pick any people. Right? Why do you got to wait till they have anxiety, I guess is the point. You're waiting for people to have acute anxiety. Why? How much shit did you pump into them? Right? They tell you, like, for example, marijuana maintenance is a treatment for anxiety. Look, if you smoke weed every day, all day, you, my friend, are going to develop severe anxiety. Right? And then when someone tries to take away your weed, you're going to get even more anxious. Right? Some of these drugs create the very thing that they claim to be treating. Right? I'll say that again. Most of these medications create the very symptoms and disorders that they aim to treat. A lot of times, the symptoms weren't as severe. Right? And now, all of a sudden, now I'm not saying that marijuana is not useful if used for that purpose to meditate or to experience deep emotion or whatever you're going to do with it, right? But you get my point, right? So the research published involved a group of 276, try to get a handle on this, with untreated anxiety disorder. We don't know what that means. Half of the patients were randomly selected to take 10 to 20 milligrams of escitalopram. Escitalopram, the genetic form of Laxapro. Oh yeah, of course, right? It's so natural, right? Some crap, some neurotransmitter blocking fucking agent that gets between you and your thoughts. Laxapro, a common medication used to treat anxiety and depression. The other half, all right, so that's half. Half of the 276 got a pill. And the other half were assigned an 8-week course in mindfulness-based stress reduction. Wow, 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 wow. 8 weeks. That's a good period of time. Let's find out what they did in those 8 weeks. The results, says CNN, were stunning. Both groups experienced about a 20% reduction in their anxiety symptoms over the 8 week period. Now, how are you measuring anxiety symptoms? I would look, the way that they're measuring these things, I would speculate that it's flawed. Flawed. How do you measure someone's anxiety symptoms? Someone who's not savvy doesn't know what they're looking at or feeling or seeing. All they know is something is not there anymore. There was something there that was troubling me, and now it's not there. I don't know where it went. It's just somewhere along the line I stopped worrying about it and it's not there anymore. That's how mindfulness works. It's not a magic trick. It's not a snap your fingers, eat a pill. It's you do this and you become aware, and you become aware of your own neurotic mind, right? From years and years of training, of being neurotic. And you observe it, and that's awareness, right? And over time, suddenly it's not there anymore. The troubling aspects of thinking and thought are just not there. You look up and you say, well, you hear people talking about these things, but you don't really know what they are anymore because you're not experiencing them anymore. Right? That's how mindfulness works. But then where are you? I love my fear. I love my anxiety. Right? I have to go. Right? So let's keep going. Right? So that's the study. They found 20% reduction equally with medication and meditation. Good. Elizabeth Hodge, the lead author on the study and the director of the Anxiety Disorder Research Program at Georgetown, told CNN that she hopes the research can open up more treatment options for patients with anxiety. All right. She says, Laxapro is a great drug. I prescribe it a lot, she said, but it's not for everyone. How often do you take this pill? Daily? Daily? 10 milligrams to 20 milligrams a day of something? Oh, no. But the research shouldn't be a trigger for patients to stop taking their medication without consulting a doctor. And you see how they stick the doctor in there? You need the doctor to tell you to take your medication and not take your medication, and how to sit and for how long and with who and what are you supposed to experience, and you're doing it wrong. Do it this way. Don't do it that way. Right? This is bullshit. Right? These are they're moves in the right direction, but they're being conducted by jackasses. Right? People that don't understand meditation. Go to the communities that understand medication. Go to a Zen temple go to Plum Village where Thich Nhat Hanh trained thousands of young monks. Go up to Nova Scotia and talk to Pema Chodron, the Shambhala nun who, trained, thousands of us. I studied with that. I studied with Shambhala. So I know that these people exist. Go to the people that understand it. Right? And I'll show you. You look at the medical jargon, and then we'll listen to some Pema Chodron actually speak. And you'll see a regular person describing. She's telling you what it is that you're experiencing. Right? But anyway, so they're saying run to the doctor about medication. Bullshit. There may be there may be undetermined factors that make some patients respond better to meditation. No, they're not undetermined factors. They're creating the proper container for a spiritual awakening, a spiritual shift, a spiritual experience. Something in them clicks and they realize for a minute, oh my God, I've been living my whole life the wrong fucking way. And all this thinking got me nowhere. All it did was give me quadruple bypass surgery for my heart the tension and the stress. Right? That's what it leads to, right? So yeah, the undetermined factors is that do it with people that know what they're talking about and know what it is. And stop with medication is as good, because it's not. That's your uneducated speculation, because that's all you know. You only know drugs. Nobody, tell them, show me, put up front one medical doctor, one doctor that came through all his 100 years of medical school. Show me one that actually studied meditation and is a practitioner of it. Right? Show me one. Show me where they train doctors to meditate. No, you could show me doctors that I'll take that back. You could show me doctors that understand meditation and meditate, but they didn't learn it in the medical field. All right, better. Show me a hospital in America where they have rooms where people could sit and meditate. Show it to me. Where are they? If you believe it works, where is it? All you go into a hospital or a healthcare facility, and it's all about a doctor telling you what you're supposed to do and take this pill. We don't have a structure for this, and we know that it works. Right? Is it less profitable than the pill? Yes. Is it more desirable than the pill by most people? The answer is no. Most people will opt for the pill because the other one looks way too hard. I can't sit for 20 minutes. I don't have time for that shit. Right? Or I can't go 2 hours and sit with you. I don't have time for that. And then they go home and they're sitting in front of the TV set for 8 hours or 12 hours. But you don't have time for it. I don't have time. I don't have time for this shit. So anyway, I hope this is helpful. I think it feels like I'm in a good stream right now. Hodge says that future research could explore what are the predictors of response in the different treatments. Well, what does that mean? Predictors? Fuck you. Studying which patients benefit more from medication versus meditation. Then clinicians could prescribe different treatment regimens based on their patient profiles. You don't know, first of all, doctors, you don't know what the treatment, the benefits to people are in meditation. You don't know how to identify these benefits. When your idea of identifying a benefit or identifying a negative is, oh, look, that person right there is meditating, but they're freaking out. They're rocking back and forth and clearly in discomfort. That's not a bad thing. That is something necessary for that person to experience at that moment. They are in no harm to themselves or others. The room has pillows and cushions and unarmed, peaceful people speaking very gently and quietly, and water and areas to move around and relax. You can lay down and stop listening. The point is that the unskilled practitioner trying to teach people to practice doesn't know what they're looking for, doesn't know what they're looking at, and therefore is not technically qualified. Can I say that? Not qualified to be doing what they're doing. Right? So a lot of these medical people need to, I guess, hire the right types of people, or at least, or go away and let the people that know what they're doing do it. So anyway, she hopes that the research leads to more insurance companies covering meditation courses as anxiety treatment. See, now that we agree on, right? That we agree on. If medication and meditation are equal in their in your preliminary studies, equal in eliminating anxiety, why is one the pill covered and the other one sitting quietly on a pillow is not covered, right? In a container, right? You have to have the container. That's the most important part of meditation. You have to have people together and doing this thing as a group. That's the secret. That's why monasteries work. That's why religions work. That's why meditation centers work. Because it's hard to find it on your own. When you're in the container, you just do as everybody else does, and it gets you. Right? That's the difference, right? So they need more treatment centers for this thing. It's like drug treatment, right? 28-day programs. Right? These are technically people that were labeled hopeless, extreme heroin addict, extreme alcoholic, extreme abuse. And suddenly 28 days later, they're able to stay sober, no problem, right? As long as they're in the container. There's no drugs here. There's no alcohol here. And what happens? They stay sober. And what happens when they put their foot out the door a lot of times? Bang, right to the liquor store. Bang, right to the drug dealer. Right? And that's it. It's over. Right? So container works. But I guess the follow-up is what needs to be, talked about. Right? That's what we're talking about here. So what else can we find out? Yeah, it would be insurance companies are willing to pay for something when their research supports its use, she said. If they know it's just as effective as the drug, which they do pay for, why don't they pay for this too? Well said, well said. The patients assigned to the meditation group were asked to attend the mindfulness meditation group class in person once a week. All right, well, that's a good starter. Each class was around 2.5 hours long and held at a local clinic. They were also asked to meditate on their own for around 40 minutes per day. Look, if you tell somebody to meditate for 40 minutes a day and they have not had a spiritual experience, they ain't going to do it. They're going to just say, yeah, I sat. I sat. They lose they're not abiding in honesty, right? Which is a big deal breaker. Did you meditate? Yeah. How long? I don't know, a while. They're lying to you. Most of the people, I bet most of the people that are there are lying. 40 minutes is asking a lot, right? For people that don't have an understanding of what they're doing. Right? So daily commitment, telling people who are overworked, they should spend 40. Oh yeah. So this is a big point, right? According to this guy, Oregon-based psychiatrist specializing in mindfulness and meditation, all right, maybe he's good at it. The daily time commitment is likely too much for many patients dealing with anxiety. Time, right? Telling people who are that overworked they should spend 45 minutes a day meditating is the, quote, let them eat cake of psychotherapy. I don't know what he means by that. But I will echo overworked. When you meditate and you are mindful and you are on a spiritual path of removing your own anxiety and your own fears, you also realize that a lot of your behavior is causing it. When you're overworked in a job that you can't fucking stand, out of fear of not having enough to eat, you are creating your own anxiety. Sometimes you have to let go. Other phenomena of like people are in an abusive relationship, abusive parents, abusive husband or wife, and abusive girlfriend, boyfriend, and they think, or abusive family or abusive neighborhood, and they think, now I'm better. I can go back and fix everybody, and I could survive that. I'm mindful. No, your mindfulness is pointing you away from that, right? Why do you want to re-submerge yourself in a violent, dangerous, aggressive, ugly, taxing situation when you don't have to? You have a choice. You don't have to go back to the misery. That's a common misconception, because why, for example, why would a corporation teach their employees mindfulness-based stress reduction, and the people in that class start to realize that this job is very stressful? I think I'll leave, right? As opposed to, here, swallow this pill, and that's liquid handcuffs to your desk. Get to work and take your pill. Right? So anyway, I hope this is interesting to people. What I'm saying is real and powerful, and I'm coming from experience with it. I hope people listen. I know people think I'm a toothless jackass on YouTube, but I know some other things too. This is one of them. That's the best part of the tea, right? Getting the mix of tea, I digress. Getting the proper mix of tea is an art, right? It has to do with color and flavor and temperature, right? Putting in the right amount of leaves and in proportion to the right amount of water. And then, right? It's an art, making the art of tea, right? Mindful tea drinking, right? I don't know if people would consider what I'm doing right now mindful. I'm really not stressing, although it might sound like I'm all amped up. I'm not stressful at all. When I shut this off, I forget all about it. I'm just having a discussion in a way. I guess I'm talking to myself. I don't know. I'm talking to you, right? But you can be mindful in what you do if you love to do it. Right? Like play piano or something. I get to perform. I get to do what I love to do, in my 1 hour. I don't have time. I can't do that. I don't have a fucking hour every day to do what you do, Conti. Right? What do you do, man? So it's always interesting. So she says it's always interesting to see meditation work, and it works as well as medication. My hope would be that people realize that there are things other than medication that can work. So Big Pharma is not going to like this, right? That's one of the big problems, is that it's not that they're pill pushers and, extreme money grabbers where they make their money on pills. It's a societal defect that this is what people have been trained to want. They want something quick that doesn't interrupt their life at all. How am I going to watch my program if I got to meditate for 2 hours? Or 45 minutes? I can't watch my program. I'm not going to know what's going on in my program. I got to watch, I got to listen to my Led Zeppelin album for the 38th time. Right? I can't meditate. I don't have time for this. What about my kid? I got to take my kid to the game. I got to go walk the dog. I can't meditate. I got to walk the dog. I got to walk the dog. I can't meditate. I got to go. I'll see you. It's a nice idea, but I'll take the pill. Right? That's why Big Pharma is because you are. That's what it is. We shouldn't blame them. They respond to what we ask for. Right? And then, of course, it becomes a kind of a bondage of sorts where they're, this is now their livelihood. What are you talking about, mindfulness? Fuck you. Take your pill. Right? Isn't that what you want? You want your pill more than mindfulness. Don't pay attention to that man behind the curtain saying mindfulness works. Those are old, dumb monks. They don't know what they're talking about. They gave up their lives for this. They sit quietly and give up everything. You don't want that, do you? You don't want to give up everything, do you? It's like a skill you practice, meditation, she says. People learn to have a different relationship with their thoughts. True. In the practice, we train people to just let go of the thoughts. Be patient and gentle with the thoughts. Just let them pass. Oh, yeah. People, let go of the thoughts. Yeah, you're letting go. It's not that you're letting go. You're actually, you're not letting anything go. You're just observing it as a second or third party. Oh, there's thought. Right? That's what mindfulness offers you. It offers you the pause, the space between what comes out of your mouth, what happens, and then what comes out of your mouth, for example. Right? Someone cuts you off on the road, and if you're not mindful and you're lost in some angry train of thought, what comes out of your mouth is, fuck you, I'm going to get you, man. I'm going to get you, man. Pull over, man. So anyway, man, so that's, hey, man. So that's what I'm talking about. So I hope that was helpful. We're kind of out of time. There's other stuff here. And a lot of research. Meditation is as good as medication. Yes. I'll play a little more of Pema Chodron as we go along. And but right now, that's all we got. So and let's take a last look at the markets. Yes. If you want me to be happy, make the stock market go up, and I will be happy because I will have more green. Wow, look at that green day. Beautiful, man. Beautiful green on Wall Street. It's beautiful. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Mark Sconti reporting. I hope that was helpful, man. Sometimes it's hard to gauge a rant, It's hard to gauge. I don't know. But anyway, enjoy.